What can I say, guys? ChatGPT did it. It is day number 2 of the challenge, trading with ChatGPT for a week. Before we dive deep into what ChatGPT has in store for us today, I did some adjustments to the prompt. So yesterday, you've seen I have managed to actually predict what the move is going to be. We're going to take a look at that a little bit later. However, let's talk about the changes that I did to the prompt. What essentially I came to the conclusion with ChatGPT is that he takes a little bit more advantage of the technical analysis that he has made and didn't really take the narrative currently of the fundamentals, especially the meeting and the rumor going around with Jerome Powell that there is going to be a rate cut in September, which is crucial for the current market, especially a week after the rumor came out. Changes that I have made to the prompt are like this. We still remain the risk that we had initially. However, when we talk about how he approaches the market and he's looking from the technical side, now he's going to take a more fundamental approach and think more of what are the main players in the market going to do? What are the hedge fund macro managers going to do and going to think before they enter a trade? And he's going to try to replicate market fundamentals, a little bit of technicals, and I will still remain the approach to choose where to enter the trade. Following yesterday, we are going to take a look into TradingView just a little bit later. You are going to see why today I will be waiting for the perfect setup. See you all in a little bit.
One eternity later.
We are currently in TradingView. I have opened up yesterday's trade just to do a small recap on what has happened while we were out. Yesterday's trade got us wicked out exactly to where my initial area of interest was located. However, for the sake of the challenge, I was not able to wait. Otherwise, we would have still been in that trade and still waiting for it to hit some type of TP. I'm going to replicate the scenario which was supposed to happen yesterday, and today I'm going to follow it. The trade would have looked like that. This is my initial area of interest which I wanted to wait for before I actually enter the trade, and we would have not been wicked out if I waited for it. But for the sake of the challenge to be most accurate, this is how the trade would have looked. I would have probably entered somewhere around here, and the stop loss is again the same, 20 pips. And right now we would have been into the scenario of 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which is not good, but is still better than getting wicked out. The only thing that I will change today is trying to approach the same way I wanted to approach it yesterday. However, this time I'm going to actually wait for my setup, even though ChatGPT is going to tell me a scenario in which I'm supposed to enter immediately. I am going to wait and do a quick analysis on what is the perfect scenario and where should I enter and approach the market. So this is the only thing that I'm going to be changing today. As I've mentioned just a little bit ago, I have also adjusted, I have not changed, I have adjusted the prompt that ChatGPT is going to be using and the thought process behind his logic in order to get the best performance. So we are going to see what ChatGPT has in store for us today, and I'm gonna see you all.
One eternity later.
I have managed to change the prompt a little bit, and this is how it sounds today. ChatGPT, I have a challenge for you. I will do a 7-day challenge in which I provide you with 6 currency pairs to choose from. You are going to tell to either buy or short a specific currency pair. I want your decision to be based on technical analysis and current market conditions. And of course, combine that with fundamentals. The currency pairs are USD CAD, GBP JPY, GBP USD, Euro GBP, Euro USD, and USD JPY. Do not forget to truly try and enter into the mind of the big movers of the market. You have to take into consideration how balanced and priced in the market is. I want you to take into consideration recent rumors and news events. I want you to think outside of the box and truly try to think as a macro manager of a hedge fund. Most importantly, choose a trade in which I can enter immediately. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say about the prompt. Let's see if his decision is going to bring us some money today, some profit, or maybe at least try to bring the account to break even and we go from there. love the brief. I'll act like a macro PM and give you a single immediate trade idea from your list. Technical plus macro plus news plus trade plan and risk management. I will be decisive so you can enter right now. His quick call is short on USD JPY. Enter the market at 147.7 to 148. Rationale behind the trade. Political pressure on Fed's weakening on the dollar while renewed BOJ, Bank of Japan, hawkish signals and rising GBP yields are supporting the yen. That mix favors a near-term drop in USD JPY. Dollar's weakness from Fed political risk, President Trump high profile, etc, etc. He's given us a very thorough plan on why he chose that pair and why he chose that signal to short. Let's see how far away we are from his entry. Okay, so we are basically there. What a coincidence that is. So what you see right now, this is a pre-made trade from my Sunday analysis that I always do. When it gets to Sunday, I go into the market and I try to find the best setups for next week. Apparently, USD JPY is one of them. I did an analysis and it is really good. It brings a lot of hope for me that ChatGPT might be right today. I am still going to wait for an entry confirmation because currently on the 4 hour, we are on a little bit of an upside wave that we have here. So I am definitely going to be waiting for a bearish engulfing candle of some form to confirm that we are going to be going to the downside. I am going to update you when I enter the trade. However, it is really good. I have hopes for today. I am excited and we are going to see what ChatGPT is going to bring. It's even better that we are in a psychological level of 148,000. We have some very nice liquidity grabs in that zone, which furthermore confirm that that might be the end of the push. We have weakening USD following the potential rumor of rate cuts coming in September. So all we have to do right now is wait for a nice bearish engulfing candle either on the 30-minute or the 1 hour in order for us. We have already we have already waited for the push to the upside to retest the zone, which is the area of interest at 148,000, the psychological level. We probably have some retests of the EMA. Unfortunately, we don't, but we are in a very nice area of interest currently. I do believe that this is going to be a nice trade if we execute it at the proper time, and proper timing is everything in trading. So I am going to update you as soon as I enter the trade, and we are going to see where that leads up. I have high hopes for today, and I'm gonna see you all later.
5 minutes later.
Okay guys, it's getting heated. Quick update. I think we now are getting the rejection that we actually need as a confirmation for us to enter the trade. What has happened until now is that we have seen the price go up for a little bit, test some zones to grab liquidity before we actually continue the move to the downside. If we have listened to ChatGPT, we would have probably been wicked out. However, we waited this time, not the same as yesterday. We waited for the confirmation, and now I'm going to enter the trade. Let me just quickly go to my FX book to calculate my risk. So we type in USD JPY, we go 125, 100% risk, stop loss. The stop loss is going to be just above that wick. Yeah, but 20 pips is very small. I'm going to give it some breathing room. So 30 pips is going to be it. All I'm going to do is just wait for that push a little bit. So I'm going to go like this, and that is going to be my entry. As you can see, the candle closed, it immediately started pushing a little bit to the upside. I'm going to wait till here and I'm going to enter the trade. We have 30 pips stop loss, so it's going to be 0.62 lots. And yeah, I'm gonna continue to wait for it. There is going to be definitely popping up on the screen that I have entered the trade. Everything is going to be recorded live, and yeah, I'm gonna give you guys updates. Let's see if at least the pair is going to be right today. I'm going to be shorting it, so keep you guys posted and see you all later. 3 p.m. in the afternoon, to be exact, 2:50 p.m. London time. As you can see from the chart here, we had a pretty nice downward momentum, which was broken unfortunately. We were in profit, nearly a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio at this point. The price came back to break even, and now it is rejecting the zone pretty nicely again. It is 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and we might see a continuation. It brings me hope that today we might have got our hands into a winner. Somewhere on the screen, I'm gonna show you screen recording of the current price action and the current profit and loss in the MetaTrader. So yeah, that's about an update. It's currently midday. We still have another 6, 7, 8 hours left of the day for the trade, and in the case of the challenge, I would have to close the challenge and close the position at the end of the day, because that is the only way for it to be accurate. It has to be day trading. It has to be day trading. I cannot be holding trades overnight, etc., because it is trading with ChatGPT for a week. So every day we are going to be having a different trade, and that's how it's going to run. At the end of the day, I'm going to give you a recap, and I am also going to tell you what I think. Do I think I'm going to see a continuation? Do I think it's going to stop? And of course, I'm going to show you the profit and loss for the day. See you all guys later.
5 minutes later.
What can I say, guys? What can I say? ChatGPT did it. ChatGPT did it today.
Nice.
We actually was able to get a very well performing trade. I just got out of the trade. It is around 1 to 2.2, 2.3 risk to reward ratio. I still believe that is going to continue to the downside. However, I got out because I needed to make sure that at the end of the challenge, we are actually going to be able to get something out of this challenge. This challenge is not only made risk it all type, gambling type of scenario, in which I try to make as much money as possible and try to show something which is not how actually trading works. There is no gambling practices around here. I'm not trying to make this $500 into 10,000 or something like that in a week. This stuff doesn't work like that. The trade was set. It was a very good call. As I've mentioned previously, I already had it as a setup for the week. ChatGPT confirmed what I wanted. We have changed the logic behind how ChatGPT approaches the market in that specific scenario. I don't know if that influences the AI's decision or not, but what's important is that we got a winning trade today. I'm gonna call it a day. Currently, it is exactly 5:56 p.m. and I think it is a good time for us to exit the trade. There is no point to try and squeeze as much as possible out of this trade, and I think tomorrow is going to be an even bigger day. Right now the account is currently at around $140 up, which is around 30% gain for the account since the beginning of the challenge, and it is the second day. And don't forget, on the first day we had a loss, which it should not have happened. However, since it is a challenge, I was forced in a way to enter the trade, and yeah, that is about it. Most importantly, I will still remain vigilant. I will try to get the best entries as possible. The risk remains the same. It is good that we did some adjustments to the AI. Let's hope the AI keeps to bring these type of setups. And yeah, We're gonna see where it's gonna lead us. We still have a couple of days left for the challenge. I don't know if I'm going to do a full 7 days of the challenge, since a trading week has only 5 days, especially for forex. But we're gonna see if the results are really good. I might do it for 7 trading days. And yeah, keep watching so you can see what's gonna happen in the other days, the days that are left. And yeah, see you all tomorrow, guys.